Hello, potato. It's been a while, but it is once again breakfast time. Yep, the most important meal of the day, or at least that's what the people that sell breakfast cereal would like it, I think. And it's been a while. I haven't done one in a while. I haven't found anything particularly interesting. There's a couple things that I thought would be interesting, but I couldn't find them. And today's thing is just kind of moderately interesting in that it continues the American tradition of breakfast essentially being dessert. That's why you don't have dessert with breakfast. Our breakfasts here are dessert. They're cakes slathered in syrup and whipped cream, or waffles done up the exact same way, or donuts, or cereals based on cookies, or in today's case, candy. From General Mills, you know, the healthy cereal people, who will also bring us monster cereals, as well as Cheerios, we have KitKat cereal, which looks an awful lot like it's going to be like kind of a puffy golden grams, but chocolate flavored. And one thing I noticed about this, first of all, is this is like a club store sized box. This is from, I think, Sam's Club. And this box, for being a warehouse club size, seems awfully small, like very, very narrow, very thin. Exact way you won't be if you make this part of your regular diet. But yeah, I know, grocery store shrink ray. I'm aware. It's just, this is the first time I've noticed it in like warehouse club cereals. Have a cereal break. Break me off a bowl of that KitKat, or don't break my bowl though. I don't think I can replace that. That's all they had to say to themselves, is just have a cereal break, date un break de cereal. So what do we got? 170 calories before milk, 210 with a half a cup of skim. Well, we're going to use 1%, so not skim. What do we have to say still here? Wow, that's a lot of sodium, I feel like. 220 milligrams of sodium in cereal. I feel like we're in potato chip territory here with that much sodium. Protein, 3 grams, not enough to, I guess, even count as a single fraction of a percentage of your daily requirements. You do get 10% of your vitamin D though, 15 if you add milk to it, which of course we're going to. 10 of your calcium, 20 with milk, 20 of iron either way. So yeah, well, hey, that's an unusual thing for this channel. The first ingredient's not corn, it's wheat. Wheat, sugar, rice flour, 1 ingredient, not 2 different ingredients. Vegetable oil, dextrose, cocoa processed with alkali, corn syrup, well, it has to be there somewhere, right? Non-fat milk, salt, trisodium phosphate, trisodium phosphate. Natural and artificial flavor, so there's no corn, other than the corn syrup, of course. That's a rarity. I guess for General Mills it isn't. Although I do think all of our monster cereals are corn-based ones. But you know, Cheerios and stuff I think are wheat. So let's see what we have in the box. We have, okay, so I wasn't sure if this is gonna be like 2 boxes or bags. I think General Mills does frequently, well no, because the monster cereal when they did the boxes inside of boxes last year. But yeah, I think they're fairly common for doing, like with Cheerios and stuff, you get 2 bags inside of a single box. So yeah, something just visually less appealing about a bag of cereal. Looks like there's residue all stuck to the inside. Probably the corn syrup and stuff in the cereal. Let's open her up. Let's open her up. Let's open her up. Let's try to open her. There we go. Didn't want to go. All right, and pour ourselves a nice, healthy bowl of KitKat, because the first thing you need in the morning is to take a KitKat break. I know I do a fair amount of KitKat videos on this channel, so this is kind of a double thing. It's not just a breakfast time, it's a KitKat break. So they're puffier than I thought they would be. I mean, I guess from the picture they do look pretty puffy, but I also figured they are enlarged to show detail. I'm sure it says it on there somewhere. And yeah, definitely enlarged to show detail. But yeah, they're thicker than I thought they'd be. They're not quite as golden grammy as I thought they were going to be. They smell like chocolate cereal, like Count Chocula. I don't know, does it smell like a KitKat? I mean, KitKat's don't necessarily have a... I don't eat a lot of normal KitKats either. When I eat KitKat, usually it's a flavored one. It kind of smells like Cocoa Puffs to me. Just kind of like a chocolate cereal. Not necessarily anything unusual or special, but let's give it a try. I'm gonna say very Cocoa Puffy. Let me try a few of them so I get like, because one of them you don't really get much of a mouthful off of one. Let's try like 3. Maybe a little bit like Crave, if Crave was like chocolate coated instead of chocolate filled. Which it's not bad. I actually quite like Crave for sugary cereals. I'm not as big into sugary cereals like normally as I was as a child. I think largely because they don't come with toys anymore. I think the loss of toys at a breakfast cereal is one of the worst developments of humankind. All right, let's add the milk and have it the way it's meant to be. Although again, I'm using, did I say 1%? 2%. I'm using 2% milk, not the skim it says to use. All right, let's try to coat it. Of course, as tends to be with General Mills cereals, they float, which means it's kind of hard to get them all coated in the milk unless you use a much, much bigger bowl than you would otherwise think you'd need. Kind of gotta just fold it in. Fold in the cereal. Fold in the cereal. All right, there. I think we've got a reasonable, respectable, full mouthful bite there. A little milk in there. Started turning the milk chocolate. That's a plus. And I've dripped some on the table, so I think I've held it just the right amount of time. Let's give it a try. See, a little bit like Crave, but not totally. But again, it does taste like familiar, like something else too. Definitely not Count Chocula. That would be the obvious one, being a General Mills cereal. But Chocula, I think, is corn-based, and this is not, and that's making a big difference. It tastes a little bit like those chocolate wheat cookies IKEA sells. I really like those. I'm gonna say, actually, I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to. It's not overly sweet. It's got a good, strong cocoa flavor. The wheat base instead of the corn base actually is a really nice change. I do actually tend to end up with more of your like kind of corn-based sweets, your Monster cereal sweet cereals. And the wheat in this is a nice change. It's a different mouthfeel, different overall flavor. And I think I just appreciate it partially for being different than all the corn-based sweet cereals out there. But in and of itself, it's not particularly anything special. It does taste, reminds me a lot of Crave. Texture's different because Crave is like chocolate filled instead of chocolate coated. But flavor-wise, a little bit of the crunchiness to it. That, I guess, wheat flavor reminds me of Crave, which is not a bad thing. Crave, I actually quite like Crave. And this is better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be like gross or anything. It's not Sour Patch Kids, but I didn't expect to like it this much. And I'm not sure how much of that's just because it's different from the cereal I've been eating, or because it's like legitimately a good cereal. But either way, it makes this a more pleasant breakfast time than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, maybe starting the morning off by taking myself a break and breaking myself off a bowl of a KitKat bar is not the worst idea ever. So there, I learned something today. I learned that I should probably eat more wheat-based cereals instead of just all corn-based ones, because maybe I like them better. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you found it at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.